This is Woodworker Kid with a new video. This is for Instructable's Reclaim Wood contest. One of the employees called me. We're gonna start off. That's a new tool I got. It's in my last video. Both of these are reclaimed wood that I got from my our boss. I would go cut grass with my dad, and her son does construction. He didn't want this wood anymore. It's a old 2x4, really nasty. It gave me splinters. I tried to clamp down as my dog horse. I think I forgot what those are. This is a tool I made. I call it the scraper plane. It was inspired by Jimmy the Resta from his tips. It didn't quite work. What it's supposed to do is scrape, but I guess it didn't work, or I had to change the blades. I got my block plane, try to get all the rough spots and the high spots. But it quite didn't work. And keep shaking. I try to use my as you can see later on, try to use my my orbital sander with 80 grit. The disc I got it from a woodworking shop, as I said in my last video. It really worked well. As you can see, it's making it. The wood was dark now, turning to white, making it clean. But it couldn't get those low spots. It was getting real in there. I mean, it was really low. It was eating the wood fast. Couldn't believe it, because the other discs since I had a sander for my orbital sander, it didn't take that much material. And I'm taking off the edge, making it all clean. Take this nice material. With this wood, this is gonna be the base and where the phone rests on the phone stand. It's 3 and 4 inches thick and 4.5 inches wide. If it was between 4 and 9 inches wide, it'll be good use first thing. I cut it to 9 inches. It's gonna be where the phone rests at. Again, 9 inches. Now the bottom, 7 inches, I think. Yep, 7 inches. The problem with it, as you can see that line in the middle of the wood, I'm guessing the person who had it broke. And I saw from the edge of the wood that he put dowels to hold it together. I don't know if he put glue or not, but I'm guessing that the glue failed. And as you see, when I do this cut, it went through the dowel. So yeah, it went through the dowel somewhere. The only thing was holding the dowel, but not glue. I see glue stains, but again, it didn't work. Try to smooth it out with my block plane. As much as I can with my block plane. Had to draw the blade out more so I can take more material. Do it with the other side. Now, I made the Instructable step by step. If you had a hard time with that, you can watch this video, and I'm giving you hand on talking about what I'm doing. I have my glue bot putting glue on it, putting more on one side than less on the other side. You don't have to put too much glue, but you need to cover all spots because it's gonna be a stand, so all the pressure from the tablet or your big phone will, from the stand part, the base. I mean, try to clamp it down with my, I think those 4-inch clamps. I'm just gonna clamp that. Clamp it so squeeze out can come out, and then wipe it off, and then work on the rest. It's very handy to have paper towels in your workshop. You got nothing to wipe with, and if your hands get messy. An employee from, I guess, Instructables contacted me. I told her, how did you find me? And she said, oh, yes, you'll be amazed what you find on YouTube. And so she found me. I was a subscriber to Instructables. I didn't know about it. I was a subscriber because they very nice video. This is a 2x4. Every time when you get a 2x4, you gotta split each side. I think I choose this side because there's a best side. I put it at 45. This will give it a 45. Very hot. It's very. I think it's excellent. I didn't make it a clean cut, so I put the wood to give it 45. You can do this with a cut. This project you can also do with, just very handy. It's easier to use. It's faster to use. Now I'm measuring. I'll call this part the neck. I think I'll call it the neck. I'm just showing that it's a 45. Now we're gonna cut it to 4.5 inches. You want to start from that, because once you cut it, as again, it was a 45, and as you can see, the top is the beginning. So I'm gonna cut a 45, and put your miter saw at a 0. You know, like the middle. Again, 4.5. All the burrs that the miter saw brought. Now, as I said, the other piece, this piece will stop it from falling. You know, like you'll make it hang. It's a 1 3/4 wide and 9 inches long. All the burrs, we're gonna clean that with just sandpaper. Now this is a easy sanding block I made. It's real easy. I'll make a video about it. Just smoothing out the burrs. It's 120, 150 grit sandpaper. I use it for a project in my classes, and I had some leftovers, so that's what I use. Just sanding. They saying sanding is not the funnest thing, but it just feels nice when you just sand something rough and it becomes so smooth. Just sanding the corners. This is kind of a long video. Try to speed up my editor only speeds it from 1.5 speed. I'm using 120 grit. The highest grit I got is 220, so I'm just starting from 120 and just going up to 220. When you put your disc, it's kind of like, you gotta line up the holes. See the tool bag that I always carry on my right leg. Video tips tool bag. This is 320 grit. I'm not saying now that's like 3.25 inch scrap plywood, and I just hot glue it on the table so I don't have to drill holes in my table. That's a countersink. I marked all the holes. That's the base. You need to put 2 holes in the bottom, and the screws from the bottom is 2 inch. You really need to make sure that you get the countersink part so the screw can go flush with the wood. Now this is the, where the phone's gonna stand, just making 2 marks. Now this is the plywood, drilling 4 holes in the middle. Now you need four 1 inch screws for this part, and the rest is 2 inches, 2 inch screws. I used hot glue to glue this down. I'm just using my chisel to pry it out. Just shaving the hot glue. I didn't think I can get a good angle with my vise, but I checked my camera and I could. Just spreading some glue. The assembly, well, to put it all together, it's gonna be kind of tricky. I'm putting the base to the neck, the 2x4. When you glue end grain, you gotta push the glue down because, as you know, end grain sucks water, and if you just rub glue on the end grain and just put more glue, it'll be good use. I'm pushing a piece of wood down so it can stop moving. I'm just putting 2-inch screws on the 2 holes. And there's the base with the neck. It's very easy to get do that. You can use nails, but I'm pretty sure the nails will go through the wood and crack it. Now this is where as you see the plywood and the 9-inch long piece of wood. Just gluing that. This is where the phone's gonna rest. Just spreading glue. Now when you screw this, I made 4 holes. You can still put 2, but I'll just put 4. When you screw this, try to make it as accurate as you can. I put 1 screw on each end first, and then go right 2 in the middle. I use 1-inch screws for this bottom. Again, I'm only using one drill because my dad took the other one. This is the driver. It still works fine, just driving screws in. As you see how simple it is. I made 2 holes so you can put it on the neck. That's why I made a 45 cut, so it can give it its angle. And see, this is going to be the hard part. Spreading glue all over it. Putting 2-inch screws, just drive it in there to get ready to finish it. Now, I try to put what angle, like if you want the part where the phone is gonna lay, if you want to get it higher, it's gonna go more up, and if you make the hose low, it's gonna I had to take out the screws because it was kind of too low, and then I wanted the one higher. Still good. You just gotta clean off that. Put more glue, and then clean off the. and clean off the rest of the glue. You gotta drive the screws flush, so it won't bother with your phone. If you don't have a case, it won't scratch it. Just gotta clean off the glue, the squeezed out glue. Now, I didn't do this in my video, but you can give it a, you can round everything off, or either give it a coat of polyurethane, or just any kind of paint you want. Just customize it. Again, this is a project for either adults or kids. It's real easy to make once you know about it. Again, the hard thing I said is the how you put it together with that 45 angle cut. Did you give it out here? How it works. This is Woodworker Kid. Like, share, and subscribe.